I got stabbed several times, and I got hit on the head with a chain, and I lost my right eye. And I woke up in the emergency room, and then I realized that if I didn't get out, I was gonna die.
The first night on the street was probably the most scariest thing I've ever had to do.
To be on the streets, it was very scary, especially overnight.
The streets were the last resort.
The people in the public eye do not respect you. They think that you're trash or you're the bottom of the earth.
I had to sleep in a roll of carpet that someone had left outside.
You just want to be like you were before you ended up at the streets.
There's drive-bys going on. There's people getting murdered. You got to worry about getting molested.
Unfortunately, drugs is like part of the territory.
I wanted to kill myself.
Back in 1988, the decision was made to send a group of 2 individuals, which expanded to start outreach and develop the program.
In the beginning, it was very chaotic when it was on Sunset, and it was in a 2-story small building.
By and large, we were just a group of folks who really wanted to help the kids, and the kids just kept coming.
You could see, even in the early days, there was a great deal of care and concern for these kids.
When Fred Ali came, things really changed.
I got here at a time when most of the staff here at Covenant House were volunteers, members of the faith community. One of the first people I hired was George Lozano because I needed somebody who was a pro.
When I heard of the opportunity to come to Covenant House and I was asked would I consider coming, I immediately said yes.
You saw the growth. You saw more clients being directed in terms of where they could get their educational needs met. You saw more clients getting jobs. You saw more clients dealing with their mental health and health issues.
There was a real need to build a larger residential center that not only could house more kids, but could also provide the kinds of services, again, health services, recreational services, counseling-related services that these young people really needed.
As we developed the funds to do the construction and put up the buildings, we also developed confidence in the community that we could do the work, that we could establish a program that would truly address the needs of the homeless youth.
No one had ever done what we were trying to do in Los Angeles. This was, from the get-go, going to be a comprehensive program, a multi-service program.
We had planned for years about developing a home for the homeless kids in Hollywood. And finally, when the groundbreaking took place, we realized this is real, this is going to happen. And then we had our grand opening in 1996.
We invited the First Lady of the United States, Hillary Clinton, to come out and help us celebrate that day. She was wonderful. She understood what our mission was and gave a very rousing presentation when she was here. It was a magical day.
The dream had in fact come true. We had 2 beautiful buildings on a campus that provided a true home for the homeless kids that were on the streets.
Having this wonderful health clinic right here on site, and the nurse right here when you needed it was great. Having this wonderful new kitchen. So all of these things that we're starting to add in really made a difference, and you could see it happen different with them, with the kids, and it made a difference for us as a staff, seeing that, wow, all these things now are happening.
This whole program, it just benefited my life. It actually saved my life.
When I came here, a lot of the staff have helped me just to feel. And they told me it's okay to cry.
I would be dead somewhere if it wasn't for Covenant House, California.
I don't believe anybody chooses to be in a homeless shelter. Things happen, and I'm so glad that Covenant House is here to help us.
Covenant House is amazing.
It's interesting that simultaneously, as Fred left, we were also considering expanding to Northern California and decided that we would open up a program in Oakland.
And there were questions about that. Don't you think that you're biting off more than you can chew? Don't you think that you've done something good here in LA, and it's a big risk to go all the way up there in Northern California. And we said, well, you're right, it's a risk. But it was a risk in the early 90s too, you know, when we were here, just kind of starting out.
So after deliberating for a considerable amount of time, we decided then let's focus on Oakland. It's in great need. There are no services there. We could make a difference in the lives of homeless youth.
I'd be in a really bad situation if I wasn't here. 'Cause, I'd be homeless, and it's just not good to be homeless in the Bay Area.
We've developed several programs like Digital Gov, like a music program.
I just am amazed at the amount of progress that they've made, you know, since '98. George has been a great leader.
It's a growth of staff, it's a growth of the number of beds and the kids that are involved, the success rate that we've had in terms of kids graduating into adult life.
Now I have friends and I have people who actually care about me. I have people who motivate me on a day-to-day basis to do more, to be more, people who see potential in me. And it feels wonderful to have somebody to see potential in you.
Got my GED, so now I can start community college.
I went back to school for my high school diploma. I'm graduating this year.
The Covenant House California, they actually help me look for jobs. They won't just say, go, just look for jobs.
I enrolled in school. I'm in my second semester at LACC, and I got a job.
I've gotten a job since I've come here. I've gotten a good job. I've saved money, and I'm getting back on my feet.
Problems are still the same. The situations that people come from are still the same. The violence, the neglect, the addictions that they come from, they're the same over the years. They haven't changed.
You can help youth get off the streets, but you have to keep them off the streets.
And the thing is, nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves to be homeless.
There's still a lot of kids that we have to help.
To me, to be able to give back, to reach out to my community, to my sphere of influence, to be passionate, to say, there are kids out there that need our help. I need your help. I need you to help me raise money because they need it.